the door. Come on! Medic! Doctor! Oh no! Not good!
Wave goodbye to your head, wanker.
Hey up guys, it's Carl here and welcome to How to Play the Sniper on TF2's Man vs Machine. First of all, let's get into locations. If you're playing on Decoy, I would recommend you go on top of Man Golden Guns, or the Man Livery, or Man Hotel, depending on which one you want to look at. Or you can actually go inside of it, which actually makes for some easy headshots. You can also use the top of the hill, which provides a good overwatch of the bomb hole. And if you push really far back, you can also stand at the back of the spawn point, which isn't usually necessary, but it can be used as a nice little place to get some good headshots. If you're playing on Coal Town, I would suggest you go on the roof of Salt Rock. And if you go anywhere else, take the sniper rifle out and shoot yourself, because that is the only place you will need to stand. And if you're playing on Manworks, play a different class. And if you would like me to go into detail, I have the enemy routes for every single map here, and I have the lines of sight for every single place you'll be in. As you can see on Decoy, you only have one real good place to stand, and that's on top of the Man Livery. But every other place is viable because of the long line of sights, but Man Livery is just the good upfront approach. As you can see on Coal Town, it's obvious where you should be standing because of the huge line of sight, and that is the only place the robots come through. And on Manworks, fuck Manworks. Now let me just give you some general tips. I would recommend you use the Hitman's Heatmaker as your primary weapon. If you don't have the Hitman's Heatmaker, I could also suggest using the Sydney Sleeper. I'd only recommend using the Sydney Sleeper out of any other one if you're very inexperienced at getting headshots. First, I would recommend you purchase the Explosive Headshot. If you're playing with the Sydney Sleeper, buy charge rate. I'd also recommend you max out the headshot and reload speed, and after, consider using the damage and the charge speed perk. If you're using the Sydney Sleeper, max reload speed and ammo capacity. You should always have Girardi as your secondary. If you're using the Sydney Sleeper, you cannot get a headshot, so using the Explosive Headshot is a waste of money. I would also recommend you use the Bushwhacker. The Bushwhacker is good for Sydney Sleeper as well, but is also very good for using the Girardi. Also, don't forget to trick yourself out G-style. Now let's move into some more specific tips. You should always aim for the head of the robot, as it will ding off and shoot every other little enemy around it. You should wait for the smaller enemies to get close to the big ones before you shoot them in the head, as it will provide maximum output of your headshot range. Don't go for scouts or pyros unless you can hit them in the head from CC or crowd control, such as a sap or a Girardi slow or a mad milk. If an oncoming heavy or soldier has a medic behind him, shoot the big guy in the head, as the headshot will ding off and kill the medic behind him. If at all possible, when the scouts or pyros get too close, throw the Girardi at them, as if you've upgraded it slightly, it will slow them down and allow your team to shoot them a bit quicker, and provide a heavy slow if they're carrying the bomb. To take out the tanks effectively, land one fully charged shot and continuously no-scope until the tank is dead. If there are still enemies to come, no-scope the tank until the enemies get close, and shoot the enemies until they're dead, and maintain focus back on the tank. Always listen out for
"Here come the spies!"
and always check your back. The Girardi can help distinguish where the spies are. If you get pushed back in any of the maps, look for a long line of sight and upgrade your Girardi. The sniper has several unique abilities, and I'm going to list them out now. Getting a headshot can kill several people within a small radius. If you've upgraded the headshot like I recommended, the radius is increased. You can slow enemies with your Girardi, and you can provide your team with mini crits. If you're using a high point, you can actually call out the money locations for your scout. You can make boss waves much easier to deal with because of your headshot killing all the medics behind them. If your team's getting swarmed by a lot of enemies, then you as a sniper can provide a lot of assistance in that kind of fight. Now then, let's go for a quick overview. Always shoot them in the head, call out cache locations if possible, spam your Girardi, and
Wave goodbye to your head, wanker.
Thank you guys for watching, it's been a pleasure, I hope you've learned a lot. If you have, please click the like button and I'll be making more guides in the future. The sniper is invaluable to any team, and I would highly recommend you at least try it out once to see how you do. Always remember, if you're not doing so well, change to another class, as you could be a very big hindrance to your team. But only do so if it's before round 3, because afterwards the money's just wasted. Anyway guys, it's been a pleasure, Hope you've learned a lot. Stay tuned for more guides, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace!